Hello, it's Phillip Taylor from Richmond Green Chambers speaking. I'm talking about a book which I think is extremely useful for all practitioners in housing law. It's a new one, heavy book. It's from the Legal Action Group. It's called Housing Law by Diane Aston, and it's subtitled An Advisor's Handbook. And here's a copy of my review of it on Flickr and a number of other internet websites. I've given it the title The One-Stop Housing Shop Referencer, because that's what it is. It's an interesting book because, recession or no recession, this is a book that's been desperately needed for a long time. Its publication by LAG, the Legal Action Group, is in my view a welcome development, especially in view of the current rampant rate of home repossessions. So whether you're a practitioner or an advisor, you'll come to regard this book as a very valuable and eventually a very well-thumbed reference. Indeed, it goes very nicely with other works which LAG have published, including the Housing Law Casebook by Madge and Sefton. Originally, as Aston points out, the aim of housing law was to help people get, improve and keep homes. Whether in the private or the public sectors, the aim still prevails and is applicable to rented or purchased properties alike. Certainly the breadth and complexity of the changes that have been taking place in housing law, even during the past 2 decades, now require a depth as well as a breadth of knowledge on the part of advisors if they wish to reliably advise. So the practitioner must use community care law for the benefit of the client, must be familiar with the different types of occupation rights, the statutory rights of tenants and the different kinds of tenancy, plus an ability to demonstrate a grasp of immigration law and the application to housing law of human rights. A subject of such complexity and scope requires no less than several volumes normally, but as Aston explains here in her foreword, and she actually mentioned it at the launch, she's endeavoured to give sufficient attention to those areas of housing law which, in her experience, the housing advisor will regularly encounter. As a solicitor and specialist in housing law, Diane Aston knows whereof she speaks. As a trainer and lecturer in housing law, community care and asylum support for the Legal Action Group, and a number of other leading organisations, including Shelter, Carers UK and the Refugee Council. She's obviously been backed by Shelter to actually write this book, which is a very helpful thing for them to have done. She comes over to me anyway, and I think to others, as a person who really knows her subject and can put it across to both lay people and professionals. And by the way, I love her cat on the mat at the green door, if you look just there. It's rather sweet, I think, that. The ethos of the book is heartening, being both practical and compassionate, and its scholarship is formidable. Covering all the basic aspects of housing law, it focuses on the common problems which advisors are going to face. That's from court proceedings and the tactics of running a case to challenging decisions and seeking the relevant type of remedy. So housing law comprehensively surveys all the major areas of housing law, from occupiers' rights to defending possession claims to housing benefit to challenging decisions by public bodies, and of course much more. Aptly subtitled by her An Advisor's Handbook, it fits in nicely with the other titles which LAG have published, and it's ideal for those who are new to housing law, as well, of course, as experienced practitioners who will welcome its clear and accessible approach to this diverse and complex subject. It is the one-stop housing shop referencer for all. So thank you very much, Diane. Bye bye.